Alright, hey everybody, how's it going? It's OBG here for the very late episode 4 of the NotPodcast. Sorry for being late with it. I had recorded something with a guest spot, but the audio cut off. I mentioned it in another video. So, that audio will be salvaged in probably parts or something. I'll have to see about that, but that's not what you're here for. Today I'm joined by guest / permanent / something / life partner person. I don't know. Don't read into that too much. I'm joined by the Bossman, who has been my friend for a long time. And he's agreed to come on here and talk the shit with me. I've known him for like ever, but I'm sure he'll tell you that. So how's it going, Bossman?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm okay.
Thanks for letting me be a part of this today.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks for making me a part of this. You know, like the Muppets. Rizzo.
He was always one of my favorites.
That's immediately what I thought of. Thanks for making me a part of this. You know, wiping the window with his ass.
I know what you're saying, okay?
Yeah, no, you know what that reminds me of is, getting a little off track here, but, my favorite part in, one of my favorite parts from Muppets from Space, great movie if you haven't seen it, but, they use the invisibility spray, and Pepe walks by the guards and is like, smoking is very bad, okay? He's like, I didn't know you cared.
One of my favorite movies, my son grew up with that one. It's just that every day we'd watch that relentlessly.
Smoking's very bad, okay?
Smoking's very bad, okay?
If you build it, they will come, okay? Build a jacuzzi,
okay? Oh, that was a good show.
Oh, that was good. Anyway, yeah, so if you want, you can tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a budding, somewhat successful at times when...
Well, I feel like being successful,
artist.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, right now I'm painting, so please ignore the banging and bumping and water noises in the background. It's not one of a crazy fetish or anything. It's just painting.
Water fetish.
Water fetish for the win.
Not piss. Water. You go into a pool, you instantly get double wet because you get wet initially, then you get wet because you're in the water. So.
And well, yeah.
Triple wet.
Triple wet. Well, that's if you piss yourself in the pool.
There you go. That is a good, yeah, you would be triple wet then. Oh, then you have 3 layers of water on you because you got your turn-on wetness, your piss wetness, and then the water wetness, so you're fucking orgasming.
The turn-on wetness is kind of intriguing.
You're for wetness, you're jizzing yourself to death.
And then that doesn't even count the blue dye in the pool.
Oh, if you have a fetish for chlorine, well, you might as well orgasm to death.
Hey, I'm not Amanda Todd.
That's bleach.
Oh, sorry, too soon?
Yeah. No, I don't think if they put bleach in the pool, she probably wouldn't have been allowed in there because she's like, I'm just having a drink, Mom.
I shouldn't have used her poor name. The poor girl went through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know.
But that is the evil behemoth that is the internet.
It's just, it's funny. I grew up with the internet, and I had it way before you because I'm like ancient compared to you.
Well, not really. I'm not going to give out my actual age, but we're not like eons apart.
We're about 7 years, man.
Well, I don't consider that eons.
So you were running around in diapers. I was chasing your mom's diapers.
Ha!
I'm just kidding. Your mom's a sweetie.
I guess.
We all have mommy issues. Like, not Norman Bates like, but at least we have Norman, issues with it.
She makes a fine corpse.
That's good. No, my mom's not there yet. But give her time. She does have ass cancer.
So, yeah, you grew up with that stuff, eh?
I did. Internet it's been around a long time. People don't realize, like, I remember doing DOS.
MS-DOS.
MS-DOS back in college, man.
Fuck, me and a friend were talking about that earlier, yesterday night, how there was no autoplay on fucking games back then. You had to, like, go into MS-DOS, boot up DOS, and then frickin' boot up the command prompt, well, which was in MS-DOS, so they were both functional together, and then you had to put in the fucking floppy disk, and then you had to bring up the DRI of the frickin' disk you put in. So, and then you had to put run program name EXE, and then you had to press enter, and then you waited for it to boot from the floppy disk, because they were all on floppy disks.
Oh, yeah?
CDs were around at that time, but they didn't put games on CDs at the time, but I'm pretty sure they had them at the same time. They just didn't put 2 and 2 together, but, I'm not a technology expert. I don't. But anyway, yeah. So say you wanted to play Doom, right, in 1993, and you get the shareware. You're all excited. You're gonna kill some freaking demons, and you're like, okay, I gotta boot up MS-DOS. So you boot up your computer. It takes forever, and then you go and you freaking you boot up DOS. Well, you know, it might, if you had it started at the same time you started up your computer, then that was one step you already got ahead. But and then you go and you put run Doom exe. Of course, you open the directory for Doom because you had to find the thing to put in the code. And then it boots up and you're playing Doom on MS-DOS. And it's like, sweet Jesus, it's so awesome. You know, nowadays we take autoplay for granted. You just put a fucking disc in the thing and it just boots up the menu thing right away and starts installing right away. It's like they didn't have that when I was a kid.
Hell, we had dial-up, man.
Right? Oh, man. And you know what?
Remember those kind of frustrations?
Oh, dial-up, yeah. I mean, I was on the tail end of dial-up. I mean, in 1995, I was young. And,
oh, the days.
Young. And, you know what? There's probably a video out there where I mentioned my age. I don't know. If you want to look for it, find it. Please don't use ad block. But anyway, yeah, I was younger. And I remember... you know, always the number one complaint if you wanted to make a phone call, you know, nowadays we even take being on the phone with someone while we're playing video games on the internet for granted because, like, oh, I want to look at this website with my friend and tell him about it. You go to call them up, the internet crashes, and it's like, oh, shit, can't do that. We're not living in the future, you know. But, yeah, I grew up on the tail end of dial-up and all that other stuff, but, you know, you just put in a disc for a video game, and it's just like, you know, kids are just like, I expect it to start right away. And if it doesn't, they complain and whine. It's like, do you know what it was like in 1994 or 5? You had to install that shit, like, step by step. You didn't just put it in and it automatically said, you want to install this? Yes, you know, it wasn't like that. You had to do a whole lot of shit, you know. So kids don't know how good they have, you know.
Oh, they do. And the thing is there's so many wants for retro games now, I don't even understand how kids like them. Right? Because everything's all now. CGI, yeah. CGI, now. But back then, it's like, Pong was like the shit.
Yeah.
Now, you get Pong for your phone and people are like, done. I want to kill Angry Birds.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, you know, like, yeah, like they, like, there's a main thing everybody says. They're like game reviewers say it all the time. I watch a few game reviewers, and one of the main gripes they have with some shitty games is that they're very short, but they charge you top dollar for very limited amount of content. So, like, there's some games out there. One of the Harry Potter games, I know Harry Potter can do no wrong, but in one review I watched, if you go around YouTube as much as I do, you probably know the reviewer I'm talking about. He makes it very clear he was pissed off about it. But it was now I don't know the direct price point, so I don't want to ruffle any feathers by misquoting anyone. So I'm going to say I'm heavily paraphrasing. But it was in the realm of 50, maybe 40, maybe 60, one of those maybe. Movie license games, and it was 2 and some odd hours long, so you could basically run through the whole thing, and they expected $60 to $50 or $40. $40 even for a 2-hour game is crazy. So, you know, you play a game like Pong, and it's basic ass shit, and kids are like, well, this isn't fun, I need more excitement and stuff, and it's like, but kids didn't need that kind of excitement back then. This was exciting compared to what they had. You see the videos for what was it now? Was it the not the Intellivision, the one with the overlays you put on the fucking TV.
Can't remember off the top of my head, man. Really.
You know what it is, right?
I know,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
The graphics used to be just overlays, just static cling to the fucking TV. That was cutting edge stuff.
Like, yeah.
You know,
television or whatever. It was.
Yeah, I don't know if it's in television. I'm probably getting it wrong. But if you've ever seen it, you know what I mean. And now kids have graphics coming out the ass, and they're still not happy. You know, it's like a game.
It's a world of want, but no need. Kids don't get what they need anymore. Kids need to go outside. Kids need to fall down in the dirt. Kids need, but they don't get that. They get all their wants, and sometimes that really sucks, because then when they get older, they don't know what they need. So you get, you know, these movies now. You get TV now. That's. If my grandfather watched that, he'd shit his pants.
Right?
Let's be real.
Projectile shit.
Yeah,
all over the place.
Not that he doesn't shit his pants now, but
well,
you know. Well, he's dead. Actually, he doesn't shit his at all.
But on his way in heaven.
But on his way out the door, let's be real.
Right. Well, everyone shits on the way out the door.
Well, he shit in the door, out the door. Just an old guy.
Nice guy.
Oh, no, he was an asshole.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
That's okay. He's dead.
Yeah.
Life's too short, man.
Yeah.
You gotta laugh, and you gotta have fun with it.
Well, we laugh all the time.
You have to.
I laugh all the time.
Life is too short.
You know, I mean, and nowadays, you know, I mean, we're not in America, so we're probably, you know, still allowed by law to laugh. You know.
No.
Well, we haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, give it time.
You know, snow Mexicans, as they like to call us. Yeah,
well, you know.
we're not. I don't know how long it'll be until we're going to be allowed back into the States. Now, I mean, there were some being turned away. Some fellow snow Mexicans were turned away at the border at the inauguration. So I don't know if they're like, you know, are you coming here for business or pleasure? I'm like, sightseeing? That does not compute. And then they just shoo you away. It's like, fine, I didn't want to see your dumbass country anyway. Okay, I don't think, well, no, I do. Okay, America's great. Anyway.
America is great. Every country's great, but every country has a flaw.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, every country you go to, it's their country. You got to adjust to their ways.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, people don't see the ways the same. Right? Whether it be religion, whether it be language, whether it be jobs. The shitty thing is, it don't fucking matter when you come, you know, in the scheme of things.
No, it sure doesn't. People are like, you know, I have this belief and I have this belief. And you talk to 5 people, chances are there will be one person who doesn't give a fuck, another person who agrees with you, another person who doesn't give a fuck but cares about what you're saying because they're polite, and another person's just like, what did you say? You know?
Oh, religion's a whole other topic. We could go on for days.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you offend somebody. Everyone's so offended by everything nowadays. You know, comments, beliefs, songs, TV.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a shame that, you know, everyone wants to voice their opinion, but it doesn't mean their opinion's always right.
No.
You know, I fuck up all the time. I'm a dad. That's what I do.
I don't have any chillings.
Want some? I don't like mine at times. I'm just kidding.
I'm getting too old. Not too old. I mean, men have the evolutionary advantage where we could be on our fucking deathbeds and spit out a bunch of splurge and impregnate somebody right there. So,
yeah,
you know, equality, right?
Well, at least if you do have kids, you got to name it.
I mean, if a woman was to have a baby on her deathbed, it'd probably come out looking like the crypt keeper.
Like I said.
But, you know, equality. I mean, at least you made the thing. It doesn't mean it's going to have a good quality of life. But
of course not.
At least you could do it.
Because, you know, it'll all be your fault. Again, needs versus wants.
Even if you discharge that thing and miscarry it, if it had a heartbeat when it hit the toilet water, it still counts.
And you'll probably want an Xbox card.
And kids these days would still, in that one heartbeat, would say, "Hey, you got $20? I need some gas money."
No, that's my mother.
And the kid would be like, "Give me money," and then, bleh, you flush it. It's like, I don't give you any money.
I used to be taxed on it.
Right. It lived for 1 minute. That's a dependent.
Yeah. No.
Oh. See, we offend everybody.
And we agree with everyone.
Toilet babies. Nothing is off topic.
There's
nothing.
Toilet babies are the topic of the day, kids.
Yeah.
Don't become one. Don't have one.
I don't think you have much choice if you become one.
Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, I love her to pieces, but if Betty White had a kid, you could be pretty sure it'd probably be a toilet baby. I love her to pieces.
With her old dusty old vagina, she should call it Dusty.
But speaking of Betty White, of course, I'm not ready for her to die. I mean,
I don't think she's ready for her to die.
Well, nobody is. But, I mean, you know what? She's pretty badass. She made it through 2016, and basically, I think every celebrity who made it through 2016 should get a little, like, lifetime badass membership card. Like, I'm past 60 years old. I made it through 2016. Fuck, come at me, life. It's like I made it through 2016. You can't do nothing to me now. I've seen the face of hell. I've been there. You know, I've survived. You know,
Carrie Fisher, yet Jar Jar Binks is still going. Life is not fair.
Right? Fuck. You know. I'll go ahead.
Oh no, go, sir.
Oh no, I'm just saying. You know, I'm glad that Stan Lee was able to survive.
He's not human.
No, maybe he's a superhero.
I'm pretty sure he's a mutant.
He's so great at making superheroes. Maybe because he is one.
Ah.
You know, art imitating life.
Excelsior.
Life imitating art.
That is true.
Yeah. Because he had a show where he talked about humans having extraordinary abilities. Maybe that's how he got the inspiration. Because he's like, I'm superhuman. I'll just make a show about it. You know?
He just keeps going.
Yeah. Him and Betty White got some like super Captain America serum, I guess.
Imagine their babies.
Yeah.
That'd be epic. They'd live to be like 1,000.
Yeah. No, but Betty White's awesome. I love her to pieces.
She is.
And you know.
And you admit it.
Yeah.
Admit it. You would sleep with Betty White and tell everybody. I would.
Yeah.
Come on. No one would not.
She's
brag.
a feisty old lady. I bet she gives all kinds of awesome stuff.
No one would not brag about sleeping with Betty White.
Right?
You know, it's looked down on, but you know what? I would be like telling everyone. Guess what I did last night?
Yeah.
A golden girl.
Yeah, right? Golden time.
That's right.
She can't give you a golden shower because
now we're back to the piss conversation. Only if we go to the pool.
You know, I don't know.
But, you know,
probably pisses dust. I don't know.
You know, for her age, she's pretty good shape. That lady.
If anything expels from it, it's a miracle. I guess when you get that old, eh?
Hey, as long as the plumbings keep working, you don't need a plumber, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, love Betty White. No, this is not anti-Betty White. I love her to pieces. Anyway, so don't leave comments saying that we hate old people because we don't. Is Trump old? Because I hate him, but
some of our comments are off the wall.
Yeah. And we only got one Grammy for him.
That's right.
If you get that reference, that's pretty awesome.
If we do offend, we do apologize in advance.
I don't have to explain it. I'm not going to explain it, the Grammy thing, but those who got it. And I thought it was pretty funny. I want to explain it, but I would ruin it, so I'm not going to. Just off the wall Grammys, you put it together. Anyway, speaking of music stuff, we were actually talking about this prior to recording, and it's pretty funny. You said you grew up in the 90s, all kinds of cool stuff. Right. I'm very jealous of the Bossman because he was around. Now, the 90s are my favorite decade, and second is the 80s, but I wasn't any kind of conscious, really, for the 80s. Not that yeah. And so I'm jealous of the Bossman because he would have been in the clubbing scene, and when all my favorite music, the Eurodance stuff, was popular and currently trending in the 90s, and I just heard it. Like anything that came out in 93 or 4, I would hear in like 96 or 7, so it was a long time after it came out. But the Bossman was right there in the thick of things, and so, Eurodance is one of my favorite things, and I love it all the time. And we were talking about 2 Unlimited, and how, now, I was going to make a comment, and I'll do it now, and I said 2 Unlimited made songs that were uniformly similar, but they sounded badass. So it's like a weird combination. Like, they're similar, and that they didn't put too much work into making them, differentiating them, but you're shaking your ass all the same. It's like they had a magic pattern and a magic outcome. They're like, we're going to make them sound all the same, but people are going to be so entranced by them that they're not going to notice. Well, they'll notice, but they won't be able to care because they'll be so good, and that's how we're going to get it.
Or even the better thing is people hate this effing song, but yet they would still be out there dancing to it. They'd know the words. They'd sing along with it on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like, you look at, like, 2 Unlimited, you look at Twilight Zone.
Yep.
Sounds just like Tribal Dance.
Yep.
Sounds just like Are You Ready? Are you ready for this?
At one point, I thought they were all the same singers.
Right? Just like how the Rednecks came out with Cotton Eye Joe and then Old Poppin' and Oak. You hear those songs? Yeah. They're both pretty much the same chord progression and the same beat progression.
Cotton Eye Joe, every wedding in Canada has that song.
Oh, fuck yeah. And it's not even the original. Like, nope. I don't mind people who make dance versions of songs and stuff, but I mean, it's overplayed, it's dead. But anyway, back to Unlimited. So I actually was playing the club mix of Twilight Zone. Totally one of those things where it's like inane, but you just can't get enough of it. And one part we made a funny comment on, we'll share with you now, was that there's this. Now it's incredibly catchy, like we said. They had a formula, it worked, but they have this one part where this girl does this like shriek, like I don't want to embarrass myself. I was like, yeah, okay, that's terrible. It's like, whoo, I don't know.
No worse than she did.
Well, maybe, yeah. And I made an offhand remark to the Bossman, and I said, I wonder how that recording session went. They're like, we need put out an ad. We need someone in the studio for a voice gig for our new single. And they're like, okay, what do you need? We need a female voice. Make a screaming noise.
Complete shrieking sound.
Yeah, a shrieking sound. 10 seconds at most. And they're like, oh, okay. Sure. So they put out an ad, and they get dozens of people. They said female, but some of the androgynous males and gender fluid, which is the term you'd use nowadays. It was probably like American Idol auditions in like 1990s,
Definitely.
And they're all here to get their 5-second recording of fame, And I would just have loved to be in that room, because can you imagine the pitches and the shit they would have heard just to get and the one that they ended up choosing in the recording doesn't even sound like, how can you make a shriek sound record worthy? I don't even know. I'm not a music expert, but I can't play it because we'll get copyright claim. But
go and listen to the song.
Yeah, go and listen to the song.
Exactly what we're talking about when they start
screaming.
And
it was funny because I made the comment like, the person's like, okay, we're gonna pick you, and they're like, okay, how long do you need me in there? 5 seconds. You just what do you want me to do? You want me to sing a lyric or a verse? No, just make a noise. What noise? Just I pitch screech.
Pretend you're choking a goose.
Yeah, and just do it once. And they're like, well, you don't need me for anything. No, just do it once, and we'll see how many takes it takes, and then we'll be good. I'm like, okay, how much is my voice clip going to be used in? Oh, not very much. You'll be in a couple pieces of the song.
80% of the song.
So she's like, okay, whoo! And then it's like, okay, that's good, thanks. Collects her probably check of $1,000 or so. I don't imagine they paid her too much for a 5-second clip. And she goes to listen to the song right after the hook. Whoo! In between, whoo! The outro, whoo! They fucking jipped me! And
you even put that on your resume?
Right? I'm the whoo girl from the club mix of 2 Unlimited's The Twilight Zone. I don't know, it just was a funny thing. But speaking of retro stuff, this is even funnier. This is even funnier because this was a shower thought. I gave the boss man a giftie today, and we call them gifties because I got it from what was it? Not Macy's. It's the other one.
The Parade?
No.
You've lost
Old Navy. Yeah. They had a commercial where they mentioned gifts, and they called them gifties, and I just latched on that. So I got him a giftie, and it's this Gremlins puzzle forms. I don't know what the hell puzzle forms are, but he said he liked Gremlins. It was his favorite movie. So it was the cheapest thing before shipping that I saw on the eBay page, so I bought it. And I had a shower thought. And I was like, and you can chime in here because you thought it was pretty funny too, because it was like, that's something to think about. Now, Mogwais, everybody knows if you've seen the movie, and even if you haven't, you know the basic gist of it. They can't get wet, and they can't eat after 12. So it's not so much the eating thing. That's understandable because they can gorge themselves for the whole day up until 11:59, and then just don't eat. It doesn't count that their food digests after 12. They just can't intake food. So that's not a problem. But I was like, hold on a second. What's the genetic makeup of a Mogwai? So if they lick themselves, do they become a gremlin? If they sweat, so they don't have sweat glands? Because if they sweat, that's moisture. Do they become a gremlin then? Like, what if, they go out in the snow?
What are the principles?
Yeah, what if they go out in the snow and they get snow on their body and then it melts and they get wet? And so,
what about their piss? We talked about their piss too.
Yeah, are they able to piss? They got to excrete bodily fluid somehow. So what if they piss on themselves?
Like candy.
Yeah.
And fried chicken, apparently. They love fried chicken.
So what if they're like up on the toilet and it hits the rim and fucking goes on their body? They turn into a gremlin. There's so many things people never bothered to ask or that I've seen. So what do you think, Bossman? Like what? How do you think the genetic makeup of a Mogwai would be then?
Well, for one, it's made up.
Well, yeah.
That's my view, because the
okay,
science just don't work.
Okay.
But yeah, my favorite movie of all time. My favorite movie of all time. I don't know why it's my favorite movie. I remember growing up as a kid, going to the theater and seeing it and going like, this is the shit, right? They were scary, they were cute, they were fun, it was Christmas, everything. But then as I got older, logic started kicking in, right? They don't piss. Gremlins, there's no shit all over the house. Do they poop in a litter box? Like, literally.
I imagine they could shit, unless it was diarrhea. That might count as...
see, there you go. But then the
question... If it was a liquid shit...
And when you
that would stick to their fur.
These questions, you look like you're fucking retarded.
That would stick to their fur if it was a liquidy
shit. Exactly.
So maybe that falls into the realm of it.
So you ask yourself these questions, and as you grow, your mother thinks you're fucking retarded for asking the stupidest questions, and you never really get an answer. So my life is completely lost because I don't know if gremlins piss. That's all I know.
Or they don't sweat.
Or do they have sweat glands? They
don't cry.
Yep. You do a project in this in school, and you're the special kid. Like, really, it's
a great science project.
Isn't it, though? Do gremlins piss?
Do they excrete fluid?
And you know what?
Do they spit? Do they have saliva glands?
Now, that question can go way different ways. Do they spit? There's a whole new genre of...
Well, if they jizz, they'd have to spit.
Whole new genre of science fiction
but no,
it's right there, man.
But see, no, because I mean... I have a hard time believing that someone just... Maybe they did. It's in the movie, I guess. But, in order to get that vast amount of gremlins that took over the city, did they, put a fire hose on them or whatever? I don't know.
He jumped in the pool, remember? He jumped in the swimming pool when Billy was chasing him.
And a lot just...
Then he went to the police station. You know what? Actually, that was the only part of the movie where the police did question time. They question, well, what if you feed them and it's a different time zone, right? So they did question it a little bit, and that's the part as a grown-up I thought was pretty remarkable. That the police were making jokes about it, but they still questioned it.
Yeah.
Our good law enforcement.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doing their job.
Oh, and if it was Gremlins 2017, the Black Gremlins would be shot on sight.
Well,
Gremlin lives matter. That would be a thing.
Gremlin lives matter. That's true. And there's that one that
the Mogwais would be protected, and the Gremlins would be the ones being shot in the street because the Gizmo is is all white and nice and pristine, but the Gremlins, they're kind of darker shaded.
Well, they have a different belief system, so you have to
They better have enjoyed that free movie they got back in the 80s, because they wouldn't even get into the United States to watch a movie nowadays. They're too dark.
They're too dark. They wouldn't pass the the process to get.
Yeah,
they're agile little bastards. They could probably jump the wall.
It'd be extreme vetting for Gremlins.
They could probably jump that wall, though. Gremlins have serious agility, so there's no worries there.
Trump would not allow Gremlins unless they own billion-dollar companies. Then he might do business with them.
Well, some of the people he has dealt with probably were Gremlins.
Yeah.
Or at least trolls.
Well, how do you figure he went bankrupt so many times? Got to be some nefarious otherworldly creatures in there. Or maybe that's just his family members.
Hey, come on, he's the first honest politician. He says everything he's promised.
I did see a funny sign. Someone took a picture of a protester, and it's like, don't blame Donald Trump. He did everything he could to prove he wasn't ready to be president. And
it's true.
I kind of found that funny. It's pretty good. But,
well, we're no better. We have Trudeau.
I don't know. I voted Liberal. I won't tell people my age, but I'll say that. I voted PC for the longest time, and I don't remember what the catalyst was for me not to vote PC again, because I voted NDP in the provincial, and I know I didn't vote in favor of... Now we're getting into politics. We'll move past this, I promise. Just want to make one thing. I voted not because of the carbon tax. I like the carbon tax here in Alberta because I get free money. But a lot of my friends are like, you don't fucking understand. It costs a lot of money. I'm like, I don't drive. I get government assistance, which I try not to take advantage of. And I don't really have that high of energy output. So the $100 just is really free and clear money. But the 200, I get 200 at different intervals. Next GST, I'll get another $100 extra. But okay, so while I'm talking about it, just give a brief thing of what you thought of Trudeau and the NDP thing, because I don't know. I'm not going to ask you to vote for it. It's none of my business. But do you believe in the carbon tax? You do drive, and you have you have an actual house. I just live in a small ass apartment. So does it affect you more or what?
Of course it does. Thing is, it doesn't affect me directly, but it affects all of us indirectly, because gas prices go up. So again, if I only have, say, $40 left till payday and gas prices spike, do I drive or do I get food? And a lot of people don't realize some families do live like that. We're fortunate enough that we do have good incomes.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about just the generic everyone, right? Guys like Trudeau, they don't care because they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They have good jobs. They have money. They have people driving them around. Yeah, they take $8 off their check. Right?
Well, with Trudeau, even before he became Prime Minister, he had enough money to be well.
Oh, yeah, his
anyway.
little trust fund. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's politics. You're never going to beat it. Everyone's going to complain about it. So you might as well just go with the flow. If you don't like the change it yourself. Run for politics. That's my true belief. If I don't like something, I'm the only one who can change it.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like being a politician because I like to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So, you know what? Sit here and bitch about it. Yeah, they're going to take it off my check. If they don't do it with carbon tax, they'll find another tax. It'll be water tax or breathing tax or electrical tax or
shitting tax.
Shitting tax. Yeah, you got it.
Sit on the toilet. You got to
again.
You sit on the toilet. You got to give $5 into the top of the bowl before you can put your shit in there.
So again, those fucking Mogwais get scot-free because we don't know if they piss. Again.
See? I told you, the illegals are taking all the free stuff.
All those fucking Mogwais.
Fuck.
We got to get rid of the Mogwais. That should be our new campaign.
It's you know what? It's
the refugees can stay, but those fucking Mogwais got to go.
Yeah, it's gremlin appropriation stuff. They get special allowances just because they're foreigners.
See, and the whole thing is you did a cast a couple weeks ago about pro-life and pro-choice, and do gremlins have pro-choice?
I don't think they have a choice.
See, you spill water on a gremlin. What the hell? They're not asking.
Gremlin rights.
Gremlin rights.
They don't get to choose. Maybe it's really traumatic for them.
We don't know.
Who knows what they're thinking between biting on movie reels and tearing up movie theaters? They're probably thinking, wow, this life is kind of good, but sometimes it's shitty.
And what happens if he wants pizza at like 1 fucking a.m.?
No one's going to get him pizza. He's an illegal.
No, I can't eat after midnight. Come on, remember the rules. Gremlins are fucked.
Yeah.
Come to this country and have to fucking not eat
Can't even
pizza.
have the good pizza.
That's what I'm saying, man. I feel their pain. Gremlinism.
Fuck feminism. We need gremlinism.
We do. Well, there's that one female, so it's kind of like the Smurfs.
Yeah.
There's always that one.
What a whore.
You think so?
I think she would be.
She's got to repopulate that village somehow.
Well, just dumps water on her vag and they all come out.
Oh, the age-old argument of Smurfs.
Yeah. No, but yes, so there's all kinds of other stuff to talk about. I've been leading the charge and stuff. What topic would you like to talk about? I don't know. I've been...
I'm easy, man. This is fun. Like I said, I'm new at this. This is my very first time doing one of these, so bear with me if I, again, say something inappropriate or completely off the wall.
Oh, come on. We covered toilet babies and gremlinism and pro-choice or life or all that shit.
Well, we could talk real issues, but people will fall asleep and never tune in again.
Well, I think we just lost about 3 people with the Trudeau and politics stuff.
Well, yeah, but we gained about 6 back with the gremlinism.
That's true.
So you know what, people
Gremlin rights.
Gremlin rights.
Hashtag gremlin rights.
Yeah.
They need representation.
They do.
If the trannies and the whatever the Q is on LGBTQ can have rights, gremlins can too.
Gremlins need rights.
What about what if you're really fucked from the start and you're a trans gremlin?
There was. Remember that one who dressed in Gremlins 2?
Oh fuck! Life must be shit for her.
Well, it's very confusing at this.
She doesn't get any acceptance because she's a gremlin. She doesn't get any acceptance because she's trans. Well, people always miss gremlin her.
Miss Gremlin. It's a new age, though. See, back then... In
well, see, that's the Gremlin version of misgendering, right?
See, yeah. It's a new age, though, Chris. You're allowed it now. See, when I was growing up, like I said, people judged, like, massive. Now, people are just offended by everything. There's no judgment. It's all offense.
Yeah.
You know, you said this and it hurt my feelings. You said this and I'm banning you. I said this and I blocked you. I said this and, you know, you can't play that video. But back in the day, my grandfather would have slapped you in the head and said, stop being stupid.
Yeah.
Now you do that, well, you go to jail for a very long time.
Yeah. And you don't even have to touch anybody.
Yeah. But meanwhile, you know, the guy who cuts off and eats people on the bus, he wants to get out free.
And he's been having allowances of like almost, it's basically pseudo freedom.
That one bothers me.
Yeah.
Everyone has, I believe in, you know.
He fucking pulls an Angela Peter thing and he gets free.
I believe in the system, and I believe the system's there to help. But people like that need time to get better. It doesn't happen overnight, especially with mental issues, health issues. I'm a big advocate for mental health, but this poor guy, you know, I realize he's messed up. But you know what? I don't think he should be allowed to run around and take the bus anyway.
Something bad pun ahead in life?
Well,
no, that was painful. I just had a mini stroke. That was bad. I apologize.
I apologize.
That's bad. I think puns are the lowest form of humor, so...
It's a cheap throw.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a terrible song, by the way. Don't listen to it. I don't have anything against it, but Cheap Thrills is overplayed. Fucking stupid song. Oh, fuck off.
Speaking of overplayed.
Yeah. Right? So, speaking of movies coming out, there's a lot of shitty movies in 2016.
Oh,
any movies you're looking forward to in 2017?
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, a lot of people like that one.
I grew up with that one. I remember using that trying to pick up girls in high school. I would, because I'm an artist. You guys who don't know me, I like to draw and paint. I used to draw, yeah, all the times. I used to try to draw girls' pictures back in the day to try to get them to notice me. Draw their pictures, draw their portrait, draw Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Really helped back. Now, well, not so much.
Well, you know.
I'm old and I'm married now, so.
Yep.
I don't need the artwork to get me any. I'm married, I don't get any anyway. If my wife's listening to this, I apologize in advance.
I don't think she listens to this stuff.
No.
She hate me.
She doesn't listen to much. She's older than me. You think
if I was in the form of a freaking like mobile game, then she'd listen, but
probably if you're on her tablet.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that. Make the thing in a, like, you know, you match like 3 shapes and then you get to hear a voice clip. And then you match another 3 and you get to hear another voice clip. And we can like monetize every voice clip. And bring all the money in. YouTube, learn from your mistakes. Get on this shit.
No. They'll just jump on board and take your money.
Yeah.
That's what
just copyright ID claim 5 seconds of the video and get the money for the entirety of it. Because
we're not getting you started on that rage today, are we?
No. That's how
that's a whole
video making works.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, no. Yeah, all the times. But, yeah, I'm excited for a movie to come out this year. I thought that a Friday the 13th movie was coming out, but it was actually, I think, the video game.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing. They said it was botched at the box office because of the rings. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have Jason for like, you know, the tweens of the 2010s, you know, because I'm sure they've watched the 80s versions, and of course, I don't think you can do Friday the 13th justice if you watch the hacked versions, no pun intended, of the ones they heavily censored. You heard about those, right?
Yeah.
They, the production company, one of them, took all the first 8 or so films and heavily censored them so you don't see any blood or gore or anything. The originals that are uncensored are out there, but the more prominent ones are the heavily censored ones, which makes it like, what's the point? Like, you know, you see, like, why leave in Jason decapitating someone if there's no blood? He's not decapitating them, and he's just, you know, hacking a corpse.
He's hitting him with a stick.
Right, he's hitting him with a machete, but there's no impact. Like, you can't show him like that really popular infamous scene where he beats the girl to death in the sleeping bag.
Yes.
Well, in the uncensored ones, it gets all bloody and blood leaks out of the bag. But in the censored version, it doesn't show that. But you know there's a human in there. You know she's getting beat up against a tree. So your brain's like, she's obviously fucking bloody. But it doesn't register on the screen because they've censored it. So if you know it's there, what are you gaining by not showing it? You know it's there. Right? It's just
again,
really...
people are sensitive. People take offense.
Yeah, it's really lame.
Well, that's what's happening with movies, though, right? Everyone has their opinion. Everyone has their. Don't offend my child. Don't offend mine. Back in the day, like, I remember watching The Evil Dead, right? Back in the day, and that movie was, for its time, was gross. Exorcist was just insane. Exorcist had people peeing themselves and screaming and calling for priests.
Fuck me! Fuck me! Fuck me!
But you know what? Nowadays... You know, you go to like Insidious or these other movies and people are complaining.
Fail movie, by the way.
Oh, see, I liked it. See, I'm old school scare, man. That stuff.
Jump scares aren't old school.
Not jump scares. It's the storyline.
Okay, but you gotta admit, a lot of the horror movies that come out use jump scares to lame effect.
Of course they do.
It's too much.
Well, it's because that's all they have.
You can't make a whole... Like, look at the Hasbro Ouija board movies. All jump scares.
Yeah.
You can't make a movie just off jump scares.
Well, the thing is horror movies are B-rated. They've always been B-rated, and anyone who's been in the genre knows they're B-rated.
I mean...
But that's the fun part.
Yeah, but you can't... I understand. You can't be of the opinion where, like, be a retro person and try and be hipster and be like, oh, the only good horror movies came out were in the 70s and 60s and 80s and 50s. Well, not in the 50s. Those were crap.
Actually, I didn't mind those either.
Well, the 50s ones, yeah, there were some hit and miss. But, yeah, you can't expect people to say, you know, everything has to be like it was in the 70s or 80s when the slasher genre really got going and stuff. You know, you can't not give modern horror a chance. But at the same time, if all they're going to do is be like, jump scare, 10 minutes later, jump scare, 10 minutes later, jump scare, you know, then you don't want to give them too much credit. You're like, I'm not going to give you my money if all you're going to do is try and scare me with a jump scare. That's my opinion. Like, I watched Babadook, and I actually will admit that I avoided watching it at first because I had this idea that it was really terrifying, and I kind of was a little bit of a pussy. I was like, I don't want to watch it because I might get really terrified. Because the promotional material was ace. It made it look like it was one of the most terrifying videos or movies of that year that it came out. And so I was like, yeah, this looks really scary from the promotional stuff. And the reviews were like, oh, you know, a 9 out of 10, totally good. You know, 4 or 5 stars, really well written, all this stuff. So I'm like, well, I'm totally into this now. And I watched it. I'm like, I don't see it. Yeah. Like it didn't what they were saying and the rating. Now I don't base all movies off ratings. A lot of my friends will think I do. But I don't.
Like Ghostbusters? Are we not even opening that can, my friend?
Ghostbusters could be a horror show.
Well, the acting was pretty scary. We'll give them that.
I mean, you want to know the horror element of Ghostbusters? It's when Paul Feig looks at the box office returns.
Ooh.
That's his own personal jump scare.
That one hurt. See, and for you guys, I am a big Ghostbusters fan. Even the new one, yes.
See, there's nothing wrong with rebooting it, but there's everything wrong about redoing it right. See?
Well, they weren't wrong. They just weren't good.
Queef jokes? Come on.
See, I just giggled like a schoolgirl.
Wasn't and fucking 20 or 30% of the movies about wontons? Like, where did this movie initially screen? Chinatown? Like wontons aren't funny.
It's a stretch. It's a Saturday Night Live cast. What do you expect, right?
Saturday Night Live movies have
bombed.
There's very sparse Saturday Night Live movies that were...
Name 3.
Good. I can't.
Thank you.
I'm sure there's maybe one.
Sure
It's Pat. It's Pat was good.
It's Pat. Yeah, that's an Oscar winner. Makeup? Yeah. I didn't know it was... Who was under that?
It's androgyny. It's Pat. You know. Base a whole movie off the fact that you can't tell if he has a dick or a vag. Run with it. One joke. We'll recycle it for 99 minutes. How could it do bad? Bossman bought me that movie along with a couple of other gems. He's got
Troll 2.
He's got this sick obsession with getting me terrible ass movies for gifts, and I don't say no because I'm sick too and I love them. But
the thing is you have to have bad movies in your collection.
Yeah.
You gotta have all the good ones because then you don't appreciate the good ones.
Yeah.
Like Ghostbusters 2.
Well,
because Ghostbusters 2 is even better than the remake.
Well, see, I recently told the Bossman my love for Cool Cat Saves the Kids, and if anybody remembers the whole fallout that happened with that, with Derek Savage and our Playgirl Lord and Savior. Fuck, it's just look him up. You'll laugh. You'll laugh at Cool Cat Saves the Kids, but
that one's messed up, dude.
Oh, and it's so great. And not in any cinematic terms, it's a fucking flop. But it's great because you know that Derek Savage took the whole thing serious, which just makes it so much more hilarious.
Well, these guys do take it serious. That's what makes it so good and so bad at the same time. Like your gem, Troll 2.
Oh, I love Troll 2.
But why do you
Piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
But why do you love it? Is it the acting? No. Is it the cinematography? No. Special effects? No.
You just this is why I watch B movies, because I look at it and I'm like, I settle in and I see the opening credits and I'm like, you know what, this is gonna be a trip. And I think terrible B movies are a trip you don't need drugs for, because it takes you in all the emotions. You're like, I can't believe they filmed that. I can't believe they left that in. I can't believe they said that. Did they really make that face? Like, why is this happening? What does that have to do with the movie? You go through every emotion, and most of it's hilarity. And it's more rewarding than a great movie, because you're like, I expect this to work. I know what to expect. But when you watch a BZ movie, you're like, I have no idea how the fuck this thing is going to go, but throw it at me,
So true.
And that's the wonderfulness of watching one of them for the first time, because you're like, I did not expect that. My life is so much better. Let's do it again.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's so bad. I love B-rated movies only for that. We try to find the worst ones imaginable. You don't find a good one because then it's not B-rated anymore. It's just a normal badass.
Oh, sure. You could say, let's watch Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's easy territory. Oh. Any Ed Wood movie is like, yeah, if you want a B movie, watch that. That's too easy. You got to find the movies that were, even like ones like Treasure Island. Total B movie, but the budget for that thing made it seem like it wanted to be an Oscar winner.
Oh, yeah.
But it was shit. I've got your balls. Like, Gina Davis.
Come on,
you
can't beat Beetlejuice. It's all downhill from there. Nice fucking model.
Yeah. I'm working with professionals there. But, I got your balls. Just really bad jokes. Treasure Island fucking failed. Held the record for the biggest flop for years, and of course you could watch an Uwe Boll movie. The Bossman, in my opinion, loves Uwe Boll. Don't know why, but anything he touches is just incredible shit. I mean,
because again, you're gonna get bad. You expect the shit.
You ever see Blubberella?
No.
The fat chick who fights Nazis? No.
No, but that is definitely on the watch list now.
Fuck, it's terrible. She's got big ass titties. And she's
fighting Nazis.
Yeah, fighting Nazis. And it's just...
It's
fucking terrible.
You have no idea how excited I am now.
No, I unleashed a monster. It's terrible.
It's happening.
Oh, jeez. It's just bad. And you know what? The sad thing is, if you wanted to rate terrible B-movie directors, you'd get, M. Night Shyamalan would be ahead of Uwe Boll.
See, that bothers me. Come on. Signs was good. Okay, it wasn't great. All right. I liked it.
Have you seen The Happening? I didn't even have a cold. I just went in, and I was going to buy it. And you know what? It was good. What the fuck is that? I mean, I paraphrased there, but you got the basic gist.
I did. It was excellent.
He went into a pharmacy just to hit on a woman. You got Zooey Deschanel there, who's fucking adorable. And you're like, I went into a pharmacy to get some pills. get some medicine. Didn't even have a cold. Is this a good take? Leave it in? Okay. You know? M. Night's like, sure, we don't have a lot of time. Budget's pretty low. Go for it, you know? And After Earth, Will Smith probably doesn't want people to know he was in that either. You know? But,
yeah, I haven't seen that one. I'm not a Will Smith fan.
Yeah. Wouldn't make you any more of a fan then.
See, well, that's the thing. After Fresh Prince, it was really downhill. Just kidding.
Okay. I don't mind Fresh Prince.
That's the shit. We grew up with that shit.
Yeah. Didn't like when they changed
Aunt Viv?
Aunt Viv, yeah.
On.
They even did a meta joke where it's like, Aunt Viv, you've really changed. You know, that was pretty funny. They kind of did a meta joke, which is pretty good. But no, I mean, I love that. But yeah, no, we've covered a lot of shit. This has been really
fun.
Good.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we are at the 50-minute mark, so I think that's a good enough cap off. Yeah, so if you guys. Well, if all 7 of you, or, 6 plus me, because I always watch it by mistake. So I like it, so you should like it. If you guys like it, leave a comment, but you won't. But if you do or something, and you want to see the Bossman and me, well, I'll be there, because it's my thing. But if you like the Bossman, then let me know. I'll put not doxing details for us in the comments, or not in the comments, in the description. So you can check out all that stuff. And, yeah, cool beans. So for the Bossman.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, and for the OBG, that's me. Yeah, so I'll see you at the next one. Okay, bye.